Okay, so we are making progress now towards our packaging, almost being completed. So the next step is to add some writing on our design. So that may be what the product's called, maybe a little bit of text on the back about what the product is, maybe where it's been designed. So we need to add some text. So to add some text, it's pretty straightforward, and you just go to the T tool and click once. Okay, what you don't do is you don't click and drag and create a text box. Just click once. To make it bigger, come over to here and just make the size bigger. Okay, and then you can drag it and have a look. You're going to have to think of a name for your product. I know that IKEA use these sort of funny names, Swedish names. So I'm just going to call mine Illume. So off the back of Illuminate. Again, you can think of something similar if you wish. And I've also put a lowercase I there. Again, just thinking about design style and just thinking about how to make this look really good. I would also, when you are choosing a font, what I would recommend you do is if you go up here, you can go to the font list, and I would recommend you use a sans serif font, because the way IKEA writes their fonts is sans serif. And what that means is if you look at a serif font, if we go into here, we can see that the serif font has like the little curls at the end. That's a serif. Oh, sorry, that's a serif font. So this serif font does have the curls in. Okay, a sans serif font, this one here, if we look at these ones, doesn't have the curls in. It's very straight, very linear, very type of IKEA. So I recommend you use a sans serif font, and let's just scroll through and look at ones which you like the look of. Again, I'll be more inclined to use things that look like this rather than things that look like this. Okay, or this. Try and keep it nice and simple to fit with the IKEA branding. So Century Gothic I'm going to go for, and I'm going to drag it into my work. And just, again, a lot of this is seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, seeing how it looks, placed it on the page. You could have a bit of fun with it. You could rotate it around so it reads that way. Again, does that work? Does it look balanced? I really want you to think when you're doing this design. Don't just put things in randomly. Think the way things look, the way they appear. Because graphic design does take a bit of time to make sure it is correct. So I might just go with a simple keep it in the center below, or maybe above. Okay, what I might do is keep it in below there, like that. And what I'm going to do is I think I will move that logo into the top corner, maybe up here, to give it a bit more balance. Okay, and then I'll just fine tune this by using the arrow key to make it centered. I can, if I want to, I could click that. This is not grouped, is it? So that's a problem. So let's just move this background away very quickly so I can group all this. So to group this, because I remember I grouped it earlier, right click, arrange, group there. Okay, that's all grouped, and I'm going to put the background back again. So it's the right place. So I can click that, and I can click this. And if I want those to be aligned through the center, I can click this at the top here. Okay, but it doesn't quite work because the font's a little bit narrower. So probably the best with that is just to use it by eye, just get it so it looks centered, like so. So with the font, what I can also do is I can change the color. So if I think it may look better in white, I can see what that looks like. Okay, looks quite nice. I can also then resize it, so I can hold down the shift key, probably make it a little bit bigger, and then use my arrow keys just to fine tune it to get it into the right place. So, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of design to this. So I'm going to just draw a little square, which you can't see on here. It's a little grey rectangle. I'm going to put it over the eye. Okay, so the dot disappears. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, so Alt, click and drag. I'm going to make it a little smaller. Okay, I'm going to Alt and roll in to get really into some detail here. And I'm going to fill that with white. And I'm going to make it even smaller still. Oops, that's not right. Hold down Shift key and make things smaller. And I'm going to pop it on here. Now, that, again, like I said before, need to make sure it's brought to the front. So what I've got now is I've got like a little, so I'll get that, and I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to right click and then group. So that now is could be my logo. Oh, I know what I've done there. So edit undo. I need to get that, and get that. I missed the square before, and then group. So holding down Shift and selecting multiple things. So if you hold down Shift and you select multiple things, it lets you group things together. So now I've done that. Let's see where this may want to look. Oops. If you're happy with your background, for example, what you can do, because I see I keep moving it, is you can click it and you can go to Object, Lock Selection. That means then this won't work, this won't move. So that's probably a good thing to do once you've got your background fixed and sorted. Otherwise, you keep moving it like I do. So I might go for that. Yes, let's go with that because I kind of like that. I like it up the side there. Just gives it a little bit of detail. Make that a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm going to do that. So Illume, got my text there. And what I'll do as well is I'll also copy this. So Alt, click and drag, or Control C, Control V. And then I'm going to spin and rotate it and use it on the back as well, because it's good to have it on the back because logos do appear in different places in the packaging. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit underneath here. I'm going to put self. So self-assembly light. Of course, that is too big, so we're going to highlight all that. Or what you can do, rather than highlighting it all, you can do this. Just get a box, hold down the Shift key, and make it a little bit smaller, and put it under there. And again, that's a nice bit of graphics. Change the color to white. And you can see that we've got the Illume, the light bulb, nice bit of font. Looks nice as a graphic for the product. And I'm going to get that right click, and I'm going to group that together as well. So that is how we would put in the text. What you can also do if you wanted to put some more text here, so you can click it, and if I wanted to write, for example, in the box, or let's say made in design and technology. And again, with this, simply just hold down Shift and then just resize it. You could go and change the font, but again, really think about font sizes, thinking about, does it look good? Where would that probably be on a bit of packaging? So it'll probably be down here. And again, just you can zoom in and make things really small. Things shouldn't just be random. They should be thought about in their placement. So things should line up. So that it lines up with there, you see. That lines up with there. And it looks, again, I keep saying this word balanced. It looks like it's supposed to be there. Like that.